From stage 2 to stage 4, that's where we are with load shedding. Power utility Eskom ramped up to stage 4, 2 o'clock this afternoon. This will continue until 10. Then we're going to go back down to stage 2. This is due to additional breakdowns at the Medupi and Duvha power stations. After 10 o'clock, Eskom returning to stage 2, but their fears, of course, we're in for a lot more level 4. We've got reporters across the country, Letiwe Mdluli in Durban, Khayelihle Khumalo in Johannesburg joining us now. Kaya, let me start with you. I see there are some lights on behind you, so that's good news. Are you in an area where the level 4 load shedding has hit, or is this a facility that's making a plan to provide its own power this evening?
Well, I can tell you what, Sally, I mean, this is one of the areas where they do have their own alternative system, but of course, they are battening down the hatches around 6 p.m. You know, this particular area as well is going to be dark. In fact, we are here in Randpark Ridge, but I can tell you this much, Sally, driving around Johannesburg is an absolute nightmare. You know, from Malibongwe Drive all the way to this particular area, it's quite very, very tough to maneuver across because it's cold, the traffic lights are down, and also you have the blackout. So it's not a very pleasant experience at all to encounter. And of course, we have been speaking to quite a number of businesses, and all of them, they're really telling us all kinds of stories. But we do have Carmen here from Jack's Bagels here in Randpark Ridge. So Carmen, I mean, you were telling me off air that you guys by 6 p.m. you'll be using your other ways of getting power. That particular experience, I mean, surely this is not something that you'd budget for.
It's not. Initially, we budgeted for a smaller generator, and the cost of fuel on that is an absolute killer. And that generator itself can't power our ovens and our freezer and our coffee machine all at the same time. So we actually have to look at additional alternatives. And at the moment, we're looking at a generator that's going to cost us an additional 90,000 Rand that has an automatic switchover. So for a new business that just started last week, it is a serious killer for us.
Yeah, especially because you're still, you know, getting your feet, as it were, and now you have quite a number of costs to cater for. And all of this happens while we're still facing COVID-19.
It is, yes, yeah. It's been a lot over the last little while. But we decided that we needed to do something to generate an income because of job losses last year. And we decided to invest our money in a little coffee shop. And this is, yeah, we weren't expecting stage 4 load shedding to happen at the same time.
And 6 p.m. is coming. Are you guys prepared?
We're ready, yes. So we've got our generators. Luckily, we don't have to bake anything this evening, so we're ready for this evening.
And I mean, Carmen, I mean, a lot of South Africans, wherever you go, you know, it's sad stories that are coming across because this has been a recurring problem since 2008. We've always been waiting for solutions. What can you say to Eskom about the knock-on effects that you do experience, but just generally as a South African?
Well, I count myself as one of the lucky ones that I have a nice warm home to go to, and I have a gas stove and everything that I can warm water and food up for my family. But I can't imagine what it's like for people living in the townships or other areas where they don't have access to that. They must be freezing. It must be terrible to come home to your kids. I know I have a 2- and a 3-year-old. It must be awful coming home to your 2- and 3-year-old and not be able to warm up some food for them.
All right, Carmen, thank you so much. So, Sally, he's with Jack's Bagels. So, quite a very lovely sport here, and it's quite relatively new, and now they have to factor in all kinds of costs. But I can tell you this much as well, you know, a lot of businesses, in spite of the very harsh economic climate, they are quite resilient, but also they do talk about the additional cost that they have to bear because of Eskom.
Absolutely. Well, from bagels